Good morning. I have a special guest with me today. Everyone say hi to Mia. Can you say hi, Mia? Oh, she's so old. She's really not that old. She's only 10. I mean, which is pretty old. Mia, we don't need to. She really likes boogers, so hopefully there's no bats in the cave right now. She really likes to sit on my lap while I'm working on the computer, so forgive her. Look at, oh, she's just so sweet. Okay, anyway. All right, so we're going to be talking about animals with backbones today. Mia is an animal with a backbone. She is in the mammal family. So we are on page 84 and 85 currently in your book. We've read the big paragraph about the animals with backbones, or the vertebrates, right? But now we're going to talk a little bit more about animal groups within the vertebrate group. So we'll start out with amphibians right here. Amphibians hatch from eggs. Young amphibians live in water. She's uncomfortable. Hold on a second. There, that's better. She wants to be part of the video. Hopefully she doesn't scream because she sees a squirrel out the window. All right, amphibians hatch from eggs. Young amphibians live in water. Most adults live on land. Most amphibians have smooth, wet skin. Frogs and toads are amphibians. Again, so I'm pretty sure I told you in the last video, but the way that I always remember the difference between amphibians and reptiles is because the amphibians have smooth skin, whereas reptiles usually have scaly, dry skin. Right? Fish. Fish live in water. Most fish are covered with scales. Fish have fins, and most fish hatch from eggs. Now, most. So there are some that are born live. I know certain sharks are born live, I think. I'll have to double check on that one. But yeah, so most fish hatch from eggs. Mammals like Mia. Yes, I know. Yes, I love you too. Mammals usually have hair on their bodies. Young mammals get milk from their mother. Panda bears, dogs, and cats are mammals. So are humans, right? And then we've got birds up here. Birds have feathers and wings. Birds hatch from eggs. Goldfinches, ducks, and hawks are birds. I'm sure you guys could tell me plenty of other birds, right? Reptiles. Most reptiles have dry skin and scales. Most reptiles hatch from eggs. Snakes, turtles, and lizards are all reptiles. So we've got a couple of instructions down here. It says, so draw an X on animals that have scales. Okay, Mia, I can't. I got a point. All right. Sorry, dog. I love you. Okay, nope, she's not having it. All right, so scales. You know, the lizard, right? The reptiles and the fish. The birds have feathers, so that's not, and they have smooth skin. Again, right? That's my helpful tip. Right, so we've got the X. So we're going to be putting an X on the fish and an X on the lizard. And then it says circle an animal that has fur. Birds. Is that fur? Not technically. Any fur on these guys? No way. Who's the fur baby? The panda. So cute. All right. And now the big group. Now this is a pretty overwhelming group. I think, I want to say, I wrote down a statistic for another class. Hold on, let me grab it really quick. I think it's something like 90% of all animals are invertebrates. Invertebrates. Yeah, okay. So 90% of all animals are invertebrates. There are 1.25 million different species of invertebrates. Or at least that was what a quick Google search got me. That's intense. 90%. So like 10%. Only a teeny tiny bit, right? This much of all animals have backbones. And there are a ton of animals that we know with backbones, right? Most of the animals that we surround ourselves with have backbones, right? So any of our so Parker's dad has a tarantula, more than one tarantula, right? So those are pets that don't have backbones. But and I know some people have cockroaches or like stick bugs or something like that. But generally speaking, the animals that we keep as pets in our homes are mostly vertebrates, right? So anyway, animals without backbones. Most animals, like I said, 90%, do not have bones in their body. Some of these animals have shells or other structures that give them shape. Insects are animals that don't have bones. Okay, so this would be an insect, this beetle right here. Insects have 3 body parts. The body parts are the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. So they've got a head, a kind of middle-ish. Some bugs, it's like really small and it's almost just kind of like part of their neck. And then their abdomen. Insects have 6 legs, 1, 2, 3, on each side. 4, 5, 6. Antennae help some insects feel, smell, hear, and taste. Spiders are animals without backbones too, but spiders are not insects. Spiders have 8 legs, and like we learned from Parker's dad in 1st grade, right? They have those 2 little guys in the front that are basically like hands, arms. Pretty cool, huh? Spiders have 8 legs, and spiders spin webs. Webs can catch insects, and spiders eat insects. Many spiders feel, smell, hear, and taste with the hair on their feet. I don't know how many of you can think about doing that. You got some hair on your feet, and then you feel everything with it, and you taste it, and you smell it. Think of how horrible that would be if you're walking around on the street, you're taking a walk. How many of you guys have ever seen, and then someone didn't pick up after their dog? It's right near your feet. It's going to smell even worse than it would when you're just walking fast. Sorry. I'm having too much fun. It just sounds silly to do all those things with your feet, right? I guess they're all pretty low to the ground. Their bodies are, right? All right. So, how are insects and spiders alike and different, right? Well, the spider definitely seems to have different parts of his body, right? They seem to have segments, maybe not 3, but perhaps 2. They do all the smelling, the hearing, the smelling and tasting and stuff like that. They do that with something other than the same kind of stuff that we do, right? We do it differently. But one has 8 legs, one has 6, one spins a web and eats the other one, and the other one is mostly vegetarian, I believe. And so, it says, draw another animal that can be grouped with insects, not just invertebrates. Insects. So we got to think of another animal that has 6 legs. So let's think. I mean, the first one that comes to my mind is boring. It's an ant, right? But there's also there's really cool beetles out there. Like some of them are ginormous. Right? There's the what's that one with the big horn thing? You know, he's got the, I don't know. Anyway, I know that I can think of drawing a lot of them. I just can't remember their names. So anyway, and then it says, look at the picture of the insect, circle the 3 main body parts, and then draw an X on the body part that helps the insect feel. That's the antenna, right? And so that, I believe, is the end of the lesson. Yep, that is. Okay, so now it's time for your Flipgrid question. Mia, tell them what it is. Mia, you were supposed to tell them what their question was. She's a slacker. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to tell me your favorite invertebrate, right? So your favorite animal that does not have bones. And so my favorite invertebrate would probably be a jellyfish. There's so many different kinds, and they're really cool looking. I've been stung by a jellyfish. I didn't like it. It did hurt, but they're just really neat. They're really odd kind of creatures. You wonder how they even exist, survive, just because they're so simple, yet they're still around, right? So anyway, let me know what your favorite invertebrate is. It can be an insect. It can be a cetaceous animal, whatever you'd like. All right? We'll see you guys later. Bye.